Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be about the narcissist manipulation tactics of the lesser of the two evils. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about the narcissist personality disorder to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with in your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you overcome narcissistic abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. So when it comes to a narcissist lesser of two evils, they are going to leave you thinking about the option of a selection of two immoral choices. And they are going to appeal to the lesser of these two immoral choices so that you think that you could have it far worse, and so that you become grateful that it's not as bad as it could be. When it comes to the narcissist giving you the choice of two immoral acts, what we have to remember is both acts are immoral. They're both wrong. It doesn't matter if one's worse than the other. They are both wrong. They are both immoral. And the fact that they are pointing out they've done something, but they could have done something far worse, shows that what they did was wrong. They're going against the ideal of how people should behave, how people should be respected, how people should treat other people. And the fact they're going for the lesser of the two evils is to almost sell to you that they're not as bad as you think they are, to distract you from what they have actually done, to make you think that, well, life could be worse, so I ought to accept what I have. When in reality, when it comes to a narcissist lesser of two evils, neither is good. They are both bad, and they could both potentially hurt another person. The narcissist is just entitled and trying to manipulate the situation so that they can get away with their behaviour, so that they can blame you for overreacting to the situation because it could be worse, or blaming you for being too sensitive because it could be worse, when in reality what they did is bad. Doesn't matter whether it could be worse. What they did is immoral. It is a wrongdoing that they are trying to cover up by claiming they didn't do a wrongdoing that's worse than the wrongdoing they did do to you. It's emotional manipulation to make you feel grateful that it's not as bad as it could be, to focus on the more unpleasant of the two choices and be grateful that it is the lesser of the two unpleasant situations, when in reality the lesser of two evils. Neither is right. Both are wrong. Both are immoral. Both are unpleasant. Both are hurtful. The narcissist appealing to the lesser of two evils is emotional manipulation to distract you from what they are doing to you, so that you think you could have it far worse. When it comes to the lesser of two evils, a narcissist is going to come at you with things like, it's only a message, at least I'm not cheating on you. When the message, if the message is in a context that hurts your feelings, that could lead to something else, it's immoral. Whether it's only a message or not, it's the intentions behind that message. And with a narcissist, it usually leads on to them cheating on you, or they usually already are cheating on you, but you've only discovered the message. Yes, I know I yelled at you last night, and I know I upset you and made you cry, but at least I've never laid a hand on you. So they're trying to make out that yelling at you, screaming at you, upsetting you is okay because they haven't hit you. When it's not okay, it's not moral communication. Yelling and screaming at someone isn't the correct way to communicate with someone. And the most confusing thing about this is a narcissist will bait you into yelling and screaming at them, so you become more accustomed to them yelling and screaming at you. You become more accepting of that kind of relationship, believing it to be normal when it's not normal, it's not healthy. At least I trash the house and not your face. So a narcissist can go into a narcissistic rage and start throwing TVs everywhere and punching holes in doors and walls. Yet to make that behaviour almost seem acceptable, they're going to lead you to believe that at least they vented their frustration out on possessions and not your body. When there's a right way and a wrong way to vent frustration, and destroying, damaging property is wrong. Just because they didn't hit you does not make it right. At least I'm taking drugs in the house and I'm not out at the pub getting bladdered every single night. So they're trying to paint a picture of at least they're at home with the family. Even though they're off their head, they're trying to make out that being at home with the family is better than them being at the pub every single night, ignoring the family. When the difference is going to a pub is legal. We are allowed to go and visit a pub. Ignoring your family, morally wrong. We are legally allowed to go to a pub. In most places, we are not legally allowed to take drugs for our own benefit. There are some places that some are legal as people are working out which are beneficial to certain people and to certain people's health and which are not. And those are an individual choice. However, in most parts of the world, many drugs are illegal. Going to the pub isn't illegal, but they want to make out that it's okay that they're at home taking drugs every night, ignoring everybody, because at least they're not at the pub every night, ignoring everybody. When in reality, if they were at the pub every night, you'd probably get more peace and quiet. The only thing is they'd probably come home, find something to complain about, trash the house and claim at least it wasn't your face, or they'd probably get that drunk that they'd start messaging somebody and claim at least it's only a message and they're not actually cheating on you. There is people that can go to the pub every night that are not narcissistic and can still take care of their families. When they say to you, well, it wasn't that bad, I could have, and they will tell you something they could have done far worse to hurt you, to upset you, to humiliate you, to put you down, for them put you in your place so that they feel better about who they are as a person, to make out that you're over exaggerating or that you're overreacting without telling you you're overreacting. They will say to you, it wasn't that bad, it could have been far worse. I didn't do that. At least I didn't do that. It was only this. So that you're questioning your emotional responses to their behaviour and not their behaviour itself. It was only a kiss. At least I'm not sleeping with them. Kisses usually lead from one thing to another, and you might have only just found out about the kiss. You might not have found out about other things. If somebody lacks the morals, lacks the respect, lacks the honesty to care for who you are as a person, they are not the kind of person you want to be around. Appealing to your emotions, going for the lesser of two evils, is a manipulation tactic that narcissistic people use to get away with their behaviour. It's a method to downplay their behaviour and exaggerate your reactions to their behaviour. So you are the one left questioning yourself, doubting yourself, not trusting in your own judgment, not trusting in your own instincts, and forgiving them for what they are doing to you. And when it comes to a narcissist, the more we forgive them, the worse their behaviour gets. As the more we forgive them, the more they learn they can get away with it. If they've done something immoral, if they've wronged you in some way, if they're not willing to admit fault, if they're not willing to accept responsibility for their behaviour, if they're not willing to hold themselves accountable for their behaviour, they're not going to change their behaviour. If all they ever do is find a scapegoat, find a way out, the lesser of two evils is a form of scapegoating the situation to get out of what they've been caught up in. If they're always going to find a way to pass the blame, to shirk responsibility, they are not going to change who they are as a person, and loving them more will not make them hurt you less. It's who they are as a person. You have to go on your morals, your ethics, your values, your beliefs, and create your boundaries to create a much happier life for you, and surround yourself with people that deserve you for who you are, and not people who exploit you for who you are. The lesser of two evils is a manipulation tactic, so the narcissist can get away with their behaviour. No longer fall for it. Accept their behaviour for what it is, and leave them to go and live their life while you go and live your life safely. Thank you very much for listening. I am currently full for one-to-one coaching. I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is in the description. I shall also link the video into the description of 15 things that narcissistic people say to distract you from the truth. Thank you very much for listening. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.